friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and welcome to my channel. Today is Friday, November 17th, and I am glad to be back with you today on this rainy day in Florida with an update on what I've been working on. I have been busy stitching and getting ready for Thanksgiving. I've also had a few kids sick home over the past week, so it's been an interesting week. Not the week I expected, but we've been making it through. And like I mentioned on the last video, I think the last one on talking about stitching bringing me relaxation, it has definitely been my friend this week. So I'm excited to share with you as to what I've been doing. First, I wanted to just say, like I said, welcome. And then I want to wish everyone an early Thanksgiving. If you are in the US, next Thursday is Thanksgiving, and I will not be back next week with a video. So I wanted to make sure to provide an update today, along with I will have a separate video announcing all of my giveaway winners from my 10K subscriber video. I wanted to share that on Thanksgiving Day, I will be starting, and this is in a keeper from Carrie, Tiger Lily Designs. I will be starting Coming to America by Brenda Gervais, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with the chart. I was not able to get the kit when it first came out because that was right around the time I really was getting into other designers. I first started pretty much just stitching with the Housewives and Fat Quarter Shop, It's So Emma and Lori Holt patterns, and then slowly it snowballed into the whole world of cross stitch. But this came out around the time I was really starting to learn about stuff. So I was able to pick this up though recently. It was re-released on Brenda Gervais' website, along with shops have this too, but I got this from Brenda's website. So I will be starting this on Thanksgiving Day on the 40 count vintage country mocha with all the called for colors. And that's in this bag. And I would like to work on this throughout the weekend, and then once a month try to pick that up. And that kind of goes along with some other plans I have. I'm not quite ready to share yet, but it goes with my 24 and 24 starts. And so I'm finalizing that as well, and I will be putting out a separate video sharing what I will be starting in 2024 once I get that together. And I'm hoping to get those plans figured out potentially over the weekend, and then in the next week or so have a video come out. All right. I did have one finish. And let me get my board. It was Celebrate Harvest by Brenda Gervais. This came with Coming to America when it was first released in the box. And this is now released as a chart. I actually got it. I bought it on the second-hand market. So that's why mine is this glossy paper, because now I'm pretty sure it's printed on regular paper. But that was a companion piece to that. So this is my finish. And I stitched it on 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. And I used called for colors, and if I didn't have the called for, then I used something close to it. So I tried to make it look like the picture as much as possible. So I really like that. I'm going to finish this into a pillow similar to how Brenda did her pillow. And I did already decorate my house for Christmas, but I do have one small table, which I will have inserted pictures at the beginning that has some fall on it still. And I left that out, one, because I'm having Thanksgiving we're hosting Thanksgiving just for our family, and then my parents are going to come over. But I wanted to leave a little fall Thanksgiving display out. But then I also wanted to be able to finish this and put it out this year. So selfishly, I left a little display, and then I'll decorate that table after Thanksgiving is over. So I want to get that pillow done soon so I can put it out and enjoy it for a week at least. I also wanted to share some of my previous ornaments that I did. 2 of them I did and 2 of them were gifts. So this is one from last year. This is a free chart from Brenda Gervais called Merry and Minty. And it had some more stuff at the bottom, and I think it had some at the top. I just stitched Santa, the reindeer, and the tree hanging it. And this is a ornament from Chantel at 141 Design Company. This came in the box last year, I believe. So I love this one. And these all go on my tree that's behind me. So I need to decorate that. This was the small piece from, I believe it was from Calendar Crates. December, I just stitched the piece, the small piece. This is a ornament from Chantel from last year as well. Painted it red, and then I just put it on here with no other embellishments. And I really like how simple this is. So, and this isn't even as extravagant as it could get, but this has more embellishments and greenery, and then this is more on the simple side. Both using the wooden pieces from Chantel. So I love those. This is, I don't remember the name of this chart, but this is a Brenda Gervais, and this was a gift last year, and I absolutely love this so much. So pretty. And then they put a heart on the back, a little jingle bell, and it's really stuffed tight. So I love that. I want to get this chart, which surprisingly I don't have it, and stitch the other one. So I have both of them. And then this is, I want to say it's called Joy to the World. This is from, I think it's Shannon Christine. It's from last year, and this was an exchange I participated in last year, and Jess from Como Stitches stitched this for me. And I believe this was her first finishing attempt, which it's finished awesome. So I love this one as well. I'll put the name of this one and the Brenda Gervais one scrolling so that you know what it is, but and I'll look up what it's called. But it's so pretty. And it's funny because when I got this, I was so happy because I love this chart, but I didn't have any time to stitch it. So that's a fun way. This year I have too much stuff going on that I decided to not participate in any of the ornament exchanges. I know Jess from Como Stitches and Alicia from Fanciful Flamingo, that's whose exchange that was from last year. Oops. And I know they're doing it this year, which they've already had the sign-ups. But they have one going, and I'm pretty sure they're going to make that annual. Stacy from Thread the Needle Stitchery, who was Stacy Stitches Creative Studio, she does some exchanges throughout the year. I'm trying to think. I am a member of the Sampler Guild of the Rockies, and they do an exchange, I know. So different guilds and different groups do ornament exchanges. So it's a fun way to get some ornament. Like, you have to stitch one too, but then you get something that maybe you didn't stitch or you wanted to stitch. Like, I absolutely love this and have always wanted to stitch it and just hadn't. And same with the one from Jess. So it's a fun way to get something else and see how other people finish too. All right, now let's go to whips. So my first whip that I have is I worked on Dwelling Place, just a teeny bit, by Teresa Kogut. And this is one that I had started. I absolutely love this. I started this, and then my friend Carol Crago, she was starting it too. And then I had heard on Christy Crosshatch Quilts, they're doing a stitch along and broke it all apart. So I asked if Carol would share their breakdown, and she did. So I'm trying to stitch along to where they are, because I really, really want to get this done, and it's a motivation for me to get it done. So for the month of October, you were supposed to stitch here, and then November is this part. So my border is all I need to have, and then I need to fill this in. So there's some more letters here and a bird here, and then the border. So I worked on the stars a little bit. So I need to get this caught up by the end of November, and then I'll move on to the next section. But I've never stitched anything like this where I break it apart and have actual monthly assignments. So I'm really interested to see if this works for me. But I want to get this done so bad to hang up. So I'm hoping it does. And it's fun to see other people stitching it in general. I've seen some people finish it too. But also to just kind of stitch along and see where other people are. Oh, all right, hold on one sec. My notes flew away. Okay, my next one was, and this is, let's see. That is not it. Here it is. This was a whip from last year, and I pulled this back out yesterday while I was home with sick kids. Merry Old Soul by Brenda Gervais. And I had a lot of it outlined. I had the face outlined and I had the coat outlined. So it was a lot of fill-in I worked on yesterday. But I filled in his whole beard, his face, and the top part of his coat. So I don't have a whole ton left. This fill-in will take a little bit of time, but it should, another day or two, and I should be able to get this finished. And I want to finish it into a pillow too. This is 36 count gray by Weeks Dye Works, which they call for that fabric, but I think she stitched it on 46 count. But I was not going to 46 count to stitch this. But I love this, as I love all of Brenda's charts. And I did change the red to licorice red on this chart. I think it calls for campfire. And then my main whip that I worked on was Light of Winter. Again, by Brenda Gervais. You'll see a theme here. And I don't know what it is about this chart. It's really hard to stop stitching on it. And I have so many Christmas things I want to stitch. And I kept thinking, okay, tonight I'll start something like a new small piece. And I come up and I have a box of all of the things that I'd like to start. There's no way I'm going to be able to do them all this year, but I just pulled out a bunch of them, so I had options. And every night I'd come, I'd look, I'm like, I'll start something else. And then I'm like, no, I want to stitch on Light of Winter. So I was bound and determined to get all the bricks done on the house, which I did that. And now I am going to be working on filling in the roof and then finishing the whole house area. And then I'll probably go back to the border. But I absolutely love stitching on this. So I really think I could get this finished by the winter solstice, which is December 21st. So I just have a little bit over a month until, and if I keep stitching on this like I have been, I think I can get it done. So my plan, which I told you this last time, is to work on a large piece and then have something small going. With kind of in my mind, my intention would be to get the small finished. So like for instance, this was my small I worked on last week and I got it finished. Then I'm working on Merry Old Soul, so I'll probably keep working on that until it's finished. And then I'll pick up another small and or ornament and work on that while I'm working on Light of Winter. I do have some other larger Christmas pieces I want to do too. So as I feel kind of drawn to stitch on those, I will. Otherwise, I'll just keep stitching on Light of Winter. I do enjoy making plants, which I know all of you know that I like to do that. But I also like to, if I want to stitch on just the one thing, to give myself the freedom to just stitch on the one thing, which I have been enjoying with Light of Winter a lot. Okay, so that was all my whips. Then I have some new starts. Let's see here. So the first new start, and this is is going along with Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares. She turned 50, so she is starting 50 projects between this past September and next September. And I thought it would be fun to tag along. So I don't mind having the thing started. It actually helps me because then I feel like I can just pick it up and go. So I'm pulling out pieces that I love and I'd like to at least get a start on, that I have already in my stash. So this was one, and I haven't posted this on Instagram yet, but this is Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs. And it's from this book, Home from the Holidays. And I have another piece in here. I'll show you that whip too. That's a whip. I didn't work on it, but I do have it going. It's this one right here. And I'll show you where I am. That I think is the next one I want to work on that's a small. So first, this is my Christmas garden start. And this is 36 count tea leaves by Color and Cotton. And I just have a teeny tiny start on that. But I feel like I've broken record. I like to have an initial start on things so that when I'm ready to work on it, I just pick it up and I can go. When I have to think about where to put it on the fabric and all this other stuff, it really slows me down. So to me, I like to have the things started and then I can go from there. So this is my, and let me find the floss I used for this one so far. This one I changed the colors and I am not yet done. I need to pick a couple more colors for this. So again, this is the chart, this one. And then I started this last year. This is on 36 count light mocha. And I changed the house to be more of a gray, which is Chimney Sweep by Color and Cotton. And then I changed the bird, was gray, and I changed it to be pink. So I used this darker old brick, and then the inside is gonna be the Bombay color. But I have to find, a color to fill the house in with. So that's my next step. And then I need to pick a green that I like with it to do the leaf and then the snowflakes, and this will be finished. So this is on another, probably after Merry Old Soul. And if I can figure out what color I want to use for the filling in the house, I'll get this one done also for this year, because that will be pretty quick. It's not very big. And I love this bag so much, which is why, because I like to use the bags I love. This one is so pretty. It's from Painted Leaf Co. from last year, but I love pink and all these colors together. So pretty. So that's another small. This was another start I had. This is Gentle and Kind by Artful Offerings. And I've had this pattern for a long time. And I kept wanting to start it, but I just could not figure out what colors I wanted to use. So I knew that Country Sampler had a conversion. And I knew Shepherd's Bush had a conversion. And I kind of like a combination of both of them. So what I did was I used some colors from what I think the Country Sampler one is. I just looked at a picture of somebody's and just kind of guessed. And then I used a couple colors from the Shepherd's Bush conversion. But I'm going to list the colors I'm using underneath of the video in the description. But I'll show you, and this is on 36 count Dolly Madison by Needle and Flax. And these are the colors I picked. So mainly it was the reds that got toned down and the blues a little bit. And then the deer is also a little bit more brown versus this is to me is kind of like hazelnut looking. So I'm really excited to get back to this. I did all of that in like an hour. So I really don't think this would take that long to do. But I have so many things I want to do. It's hard to pick which one I want to work on. So I would like to get back to this. But this to me also kind of like reminds me of wintry. So I would be fine continuing working on this in January. And this is in a Michelle Lee Quilts bag. And okay, this one was, again, and then all of the starts are small. This is from the Hello Autumn book by Teresa Kogut, and it's this pattern right here, which is called Hello Autumn. And Nicole Spohr had a birthday this week, and she is starting, or I don't know if she started it or not, but this was her birthday sal. And I had it a little teeny bit of start on it. And then I had put it away because I wasn't planning to work on it anymore. And then she talked about wanting to do it for her birthday. And I was like, well, this is perfect. And I think she said she was going to break it apart into assignments for the whole year. So I need to get back with her about that. But I thought, well, that would be fun to do this also. So 2 Teresa Kogut kind of year-long sals, hosted by other people, to work on. So this is on 40 count Overcast by Cedar River Linens. And so I started at the bottom with the border down here. I wanted to get to the scarecrow and I wanted to kind of work on the bottom stuff first. So I started down there. And this, I really like this color fabric for the stitch. And it's all the called for colors. So I'm excited to get back to this. And this is in a Michelle Lee Quilts bag. And then I also got this, and it's, Nicole has one coming to her too. It's a little autumn keychain to go with the sal from 5 Times Blessed. So super cute. Yes, and that was all called for. So that was my other. And oh, her hashtag, if you also have this or want to start it, is Hello Autumn Birthday Sal. So if you want to join in too, and also if you don't follow Nicole, go check her channel out, and I'll link her below. I know she's trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, and she is going to have an amazing giveaway. I know she made a project bag the other day. That's one of the giveaways in her 100,000 subscriber giveaway. But go follow her if you don't already, and subscribe to her channel to help her get to 100K. And let's see. That's all the starts. Then this other thing is part of my haul. So like I said before, for my plans is I am going to keep going on Light of Winter. I'll probably try to catch up on Dwelling Place and do a little bit more on the Hello Autumn sampler to get a little bit more of that done, and start Coming to America. And then as I'll finish my one small, and I might start another small after I do Merry Old Soul, or I might just focus on working on those samplers. We'll see. But that is, and I'm finalizing my 24 and 24. All right, so for haul, I got my Book of Days, and I am going to get this spiral bound and put a few pages in the back. And I haven't been using it the second half of the year as much, but I do find that I really like this setup the best. It works best for me. I like all of the pages. I love Katie, the Naptime Stitcher. I'll link her shop below too. She has great planning pages. I don't have enough time to fill all the stuff out. So I love how they work, but it doesn't work into my schedule. So I feel like you have to do what works for your schedule. So just jotting down one thing I worked on is what works best for me. I am, however, going to get from Katie, I'm pretty sure she created a 24 and 24 printout sheet, and I am going to get that from her to put all of my 24 starts on. And then I downloaded a lot of stuff last year, kind of like the single page or more like list making pages, and I'll probably use some of those along the way. But as far as the calendar, I find that just a monthly spread, which I believe she has that as well, if you wanted to print the monthly spread only and work with that, that seems to work best for my schedule. And sometimes I don't even do that, but I do like to have a record for doing floss tube, or if I want to count, like I would like to have been writing down when I was working on Light of Winter, so I could say when I was done, it took me 15 days or however many days it took me to get it done, just so I know roughly a piece that size takes this long to stitch. So if I really want to get something done, I kind of have a ballpark of how long it might take me. So that's kind of what I like to use it for, and to put my starts and stuff like that in. So my goal in 2024 is to try to streamline some of my organization and keep it all together. And then working on, I got a bigger computer and am trying to do some other stuff on the computer as far as keeping track of things and working on my video editing and things like that. So lots of plans, lots of stuff going on up here. And being home with sick kids, it gave me a lot of time to think. So there's lots of stuff happening in my mind right now. But this came from Brenda Gervais. I ordered this on her website. It's called Sugar and Spice, and I got the whole kit. You can only get this from her website right now, and I'm not 100% sure if she still has it on there or not. She also had yesterday or 2 days ago, I don't know if it's still there, she has a Light of Winter project bag panel along with another exclusive kit. I forget, I think it's called Peppermint and Pine. It's also on her website. You have to get it from her website. And like I said, I don't know if it's still there, but if it is, run if you're interested. My other purchase was Mrs. Flossy Amy, who is one of my favorites. She's a floss tuber also. She used to work at the attic, but she goes to all the attic events. But she started designing, and I showed you her fall piece, which I still have going and I want to get done. But then, of course, all the other stuff came out. But she came out with a Christmas piece. I think this is so pretty. And I thought it would be really fun to have this stitched next to this. So I kind of want to correspond these together when I'm stitching on this, to stitch on this as the small. So that will be coming soon. I'm waiting for, I ended up ordering the called for fabric, which is 40 count. Let me look. I think it's 40 count milk coffee. Yes, 40 count milk coffee by XU Designs. And then I ended up, so I ordered the fabric, so I'm waiting for the fabric to come. Once the fabric comes, I will more than likely start it. But I also, some of these are the called for, and some of these are other colors I pulled. And I did this to darken it up a little bit, or prim it up, I guess you would say. The red was a little bright for me, or for my stuff, so I changed the red to Cherry Cobbler. The darker pink is Blue Coat Red, and the lighter pink is Hibiscus. And then I have, here's the colors, then I'll tell you. But it's like, they're along the same lines. Like I did a red and a darker pink and a darker pink. So Espresso, which is a Belle Soie, and she calls for that. So I have that. Noir, I can't say that word. But that's like the black. Then Herb Garden and Creme de Menthe are my greens. I'm sorry, that one looks awful. And then Oatmeal Scone is the white. So I ordered the fabric from Kitten Stitcher, and I'm excited for it to come so I can get started, because of course, these are all my favorite colors. So I would like to get these. I don't know if I can get that done by this Christmas, but I'm gonna try. And I have been searching for this for a long time, waiting for it to come back on her site. So I was glad when this came back. But I have that all in my Tasha Noel project bag or folder that Nicole made me for my birthday. Okay, let's see. Okay, here are some other. This is a free chart from the Camping Stitcher, and this is on her website, and I'll link that below. Small pillow with a snowflake. It's really pretty. This was the November chart from Hello from Liz Matthews. I thought this was super smart. So she stitched this and she stitched this part, and it's like on an oversized piece of fabric. Then she framed it with glass, and then you can use the glass like a memo board. So she was focusing on trying to create something that you could make for yourself, or you could make as a Christmas gift. So I thought that was really smart. And then she also has charted to do, and then she has a whole typewriter alphabet. So you could make this say whatever. You could put someone's last name, but this is the Patreon chart for this month for Hello from Liz Matthews. And Liz changed her charts to come out on the 15th so that it kind of gave you something else to look forward to, which I really enjoy that. All right, let's see. I did get which maybe in here might be a color to fill in the house for these are the colors, for November for Color and Cotton. This I'm collecting. This is a club that I'm in from Happy Little Stitch Shop. Then I also, these are the flower threads for Elizabeth Hughes by the Wishing Thorn. Forgot for a second. It's really pretty. So I have the pattern, but I thought I saw the colors and how rich they were in the flower thread. So I decided to get the flower thread for that. And then I had posted, there's a Facebook group and I forget what it's called, but it's basically where you can post if you're looking for a chart that's out of print. So your unicorn chart. And somebody, I posted months ago, I don't even know how many months it was. One of them I've already found and gotten, and then this one I had been searching for, and someone had it and they sold it to me for a very, very reasonable price. So Honeybee Hill, I love this and I love the bottom pillow and I want to stitch this. So I was so excited when they messaged me and said that they had it and wanted to sell it. I said, okay, that sounds great. So I'm really excited about that. I was going to borrow it from someone, but then it came up to buy and I thought, well, that would be even easier. I also, this is the last kit in the Life is Just a Bowl series, which I would like to still, I want to still stitch it. I just haven't gotten to it. And I also was thinking, so this is all the stuff you get. It might be fun just to stitch the little stamp part and not stitch the month. And then it might be able to be left out a little bit longer, depending on what the monthly picture was. So I need to look back through all of those and figure out what I want to do. That might fit into my plan. I don't know. I need to look at them. I also got this chart and kitted it up. This is Be Happy, Humble, and Kind by Brenda Gervais. And I bought this from Brenda's website, Country Stitches Online. And it's funny because I was watching Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and she was talking about her and Lori had started this and they changed a lot of the colors. And I was like, well, I really like the picture. Well, when you pull the colors for the berries and the dress, all the blues are actually Mountain Mist, Lexington Green, and Otter Creek, which are all green. So I thought, well, that's why they changed the colors. So I went and found 3 blues so it would look blue, which is what I like about the picture, to stitch this. So I have this ready to go for next year. But I love that. And I love this Be Happy, Be Humble, and Kind. I like that saying. All right, I think that's all of the, this is a large piece that I got in. I bought the 12 Days of Christmas from Carrie Tiger Lily Designs. And I will admit, it came Wednesday, and I did open it, but I put all the things back in the bags, and I'll open them one day at a time. But I did open them all. I couldn't resist. I've been having a bad week with the sick kids, so I said, I'm opening the box. But all is good, and we're all on the mend. So, and one last thing of haul is I was watching Nicole Spohr. Her last video was talking about packing to go away for Girls Weekend. And she showed her lap desk. And I can't remember if hers was more flat, but this is the one she linked from Amazon. And I have a few different lap desks. I don't dislike them, but I really liked the functionality of this. So it has this at the top. It also has this ledge. So when you're sitting at on the couch or chair, whatever, this will prevent anything from falling off. Then if you have the metal stand from Amazon, as many of you I'm sure do, for pattern, it sits on there like this. But then also she showed it will fit in the pencil area, and I have my phone as recording, but that's my phone case, and your phone will fit like right in there. So I thought, well, I really like that idea. So I ordered this, and I'll link it below too, just to have everything be still. And then if you need your light will sit on here too if you use any of the lights, but I have the daylight go with the magnifier. It'll sit on here. So I thought that this was a really good lap desk, and I'm sad I'm just finding it now. But I liked how everything will fit on it and it won't be moving around. Because that's another struggle I find is when I go to use the lap desk, I feel like everything's sliding around and falling. And so, okay, that is all of my haul and whips and plans and everything. So I'll put all the links below. And I also wanted to announce the giveaway winners from last time, which were, you needed to use the word heart in your comment. So thank you for all the comments, but it's to win one of these 2 charts. So one of them is called Little MB 1834 Sampler, and then the other one is Little Quilt Block Sampler. So if you are one of the 2 winners, just email me and tell me the one you want, and then I'll send, whoever emails me first will get first pick, and then the other person will get the other. But both of them are awesome, either one you get. So the first winner is Debbie Guest. If you can just send me an email at sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com with your address, we'll get that in the mail. And then also Sharon Edmondson. So Debbie Guest and Sharon Edmondson are the winners. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. And again, I'll have all the links below. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, and be on the lookout for my 10K giveaway subscriber video, along with I have another video talking about the 2 online retreats, the autumn pop-up and the friend stitch pop-up, that will be posting also in the next week. Along with, I will be getting together my 24 and 24 plans and creating another video to share with you guys. So I hope everyone has a great couple weeks, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.